I'm really looking forward to sitting down with you and finding out more about what you do here.
Anytime.
Yeah. What do you do here?
So today is February 24th, and you may have heard the news that Musk says federal workers must detail what they've gotten done or risk losing their jobs. And predictably, most of the news headlines here have put a very negative perspective on this. And they describe this as confusion and chaos looms as hundreds of thousands of federal employees begin their work week. But if we take a look at what actually happened, Elon Musk tweeted this, quote, "Consistent with President Trump's instructions, all federal employees will shortly receive an email requesting to understand what they got done last week. Failure to respond will be taken as a resignation." Saying, to be clear, the bar is very low. An email with some bullet points that make any sense at all is acceptable. Should take less than 5 minutes to write. And supposedly this is a screenshot of the email that's going around. Now, understandably, not everybody is a fan of DOGE or Elon Musk, and in some cases, that's even if they support the premise of government efficiency. But elections do have consequences, and Trump just 2 days ago reaffirmed his support for Elon and the Department of Government Efficiency, and actually urged them to be more aggressive. Now, we do have other news that Apple just announced a $500 billion investment within the United States. The tech giant said it planned to spend $500 billion over the next 5 years in the United States with intentions to hire 20,000 new workers and produce AI servers. According to this, the plans include a server factory in Houston, manufacturing academy in Detroit, along with data servers in Arizona, California, Iowa, Nevada, North Carolina, Oregon, and Washington. Now, this is a huge investment, but we do have to put this into context because it's really just an extension, a relatively small extension from their April 26, 2021 announcement. Here, Apple already committed a $430 billion investment over the next 5 years. Now, the final story I have for you guys is from the Wall Street Journal, and the headline here is, quote, "The U.S. economy depends more than ever on rich people," with the subtitle of "The highest earning 10% of Americans have increased their spending far beyond inflation." They define the top 10% of earners as those making over $250,000 per year, and the spending by this group of people now accounts for about 50% of all spending in the economy. And that does mean that a large portion of the US economy is now reliant on continued spending by these rich Americans. And here's the data in a visual representation. We can see that the top 10% of earners now account for half of all consumer spending. So any potential changes in the spending habits of the rich could be a leading indicator on the health and the trajectory of the US economy. According to this, the bottom 80%, so essentially everybody else, they have increased their spending, but only by 25%, which is essentially in line with inflation, while the top 10% in contrast spent 58% more. And those are some of the top stories of today, February 24th, 2025.